Welcome back to the channel, everyone. A little late getting here today, starting, because I was over watching Raznik's channel. Absolutely hilarious guy. Just the streams that he does. But a little fill-in. Welcome back. It's episode 8, 24-day seasons, 10x speed. I did quite a bit off camera. I got about half the field done, so that we don't have to continue to play this. Let's watch me slurry for days on end. But let's get started. Switch screens back a little bit so I can start ranging. Switch back to the GPS. What I've been doing is just going around in a circle, basically, and just doing it that way because it seems to be better. For me, at least, for this Let's Play. Normally, I'd go nice and slow and do it the right way, but we're just gonna try to keep this as... I didn't think it started the A. Back going. And away we go. So I hope everybody's day's going well. Mine went fantastic. Spent a lot of time working on the game off camera, like I said. Spent a lot of time working around the house. Got a lot going on. Let me come out just a little bit. There's my throat clear for the first time. That's pretty cool. But yeah, just checking out other guys' channels. And like I said last time, you know, don't be afraid to check out other people's channels. Give them a like and subscribe, and just have a lot of fun. You know, a lot of the guys in the community are just, you know, just putting out videos, and you don't realize how nice of people they are. But anyways, so I worked off camera, got everything set up as far as slurrying quite a bit, and I'm hoping to be done with this field sometime today. It won't be this video, but sometime in game day. But now that I'm going to do this, I'm just going to stay straight on this video, but I will go back to going around in a circle. Just flipping the GPS around 90 degrees. I've been working real hard on an intro and outro music. Some of Raznik's commercials today, absolutely hilarious. One thing I have to do, though, because I was off camera and I did this, I gotta turn this back down because I feel like I'm yelling over the tractor, but when I'm just playing, I like the tractor a little bit louder. So as you can see up in the corner, we're on March 6th, day 6 in game. I think we're on episode 8. So I'm trying to keep it to 2 videos per day, just because that way I can keep them a little bit shorter. Still dealing with the whole, I figured out a way to get my videos in an editor up to 1440p, which is amazing to me. And when you do that, anybody who uploads in 1440p realizes that it takes a long time. I have one video that I'm waiting on, my realism video that I posted, started processing it last night at midnight, and here I am 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and it's still processing to go to the higher level. It's already done in standard, already done in HD, but it's not done in 1440 yet. So I'm just like, okay, so it might get me backlogged on some videos, but it'll catch up. I'm not going to worry about it. As everyone knows, like I said, my favorite saying is, it is what it is. And it's something I can't change, especially if I want the videos to be in higher quality. So that's just what I'm going to continue to do. And other than that, we've been, you know, still get a little colder. It rained all day today in real life in my area, and it's just was horrible. So I spent the day on the computer, which is you know, not helping my diet anyway, if you know what I mean. Promised my wife I'd try to start losing a little bit more weight, but it's too easy for me to. It's like right before I sat down to record this video, I'm stuffing cheese fries in my face, and it's just not a good thing. So I'm promising everyone I'm going to work on that a little bit, and it's just as you get older and older and older, it's easier and easier just to eat and not worry about your weight, and then you realize, man, I should have worried about my weight a few years ago. But other than that, just been a pretty uneventful day. Let's see, guys, and then I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to start going back around. I really, really like GPS in the game, the way they did it. It represents real life really well, and it's just pretty cool. As I always say, pretty cool. But I'm going to start... Raznik gave me a few tips on some stuff from Stream Beats, it's called. So for some music that can be playing while I'm possibly time lapsing, and go from there. So I don't, I could get the video out of me working off camera, just time lapse it, or time lapse these and just film for a little bit longer, but not worry so much about you don't have to talk as long, you don't have to keep going. It's just amazing some of the advice that I've gotten, and all the support and everything from all of you guys that have watched and continue to watch, and it's just so nice to see the community come together. I've always liked this community, I always will. I've met some really good people. Some people across the, like I said, I'm in the East Coast. I've met people from England, from Germany, from all over the world that play Farm Sim. And to me, it's just fascinating how a video game, you have your Call of Duty people out there that play all over the world, and you have your, people that play all over the world, but it's not the same. Farm Sim is literally universally all over the world. So are other games, but not as in depth. I've met some people from Asia, from Australia. I have a really good friend of mine that is a moderator on one of the mod sites. He's from Australia. And it's just, that to me is point blank amazing. I hope this overlapped enough. I wasn't worried about it. I'm quite worried about it. I don't want to go back, because we're getting quite low on slurry now. And see, it's just easier to do this and then just drive around in a circle. Real life, I would go back and forth. But, yep, I missed a whole line. But I'm not going to worry about that little baby line. A lot of that is because when you set up... and I'm also turning on the slurry quite early compared to what I normally would. I normally get right up to the field. But it's easier for me to turn it on and then just go and talk. But you'll also see, too, different spots of the field. But what happens is when you create a field in Farm Sim, it resets the fertilization to 0. Now, if there's a field that's already there, it's sometimes it's fertilized, sometimes it's not. You go over a road, it's automatically 100% fertilized. So, as you see, I'm coming up on this end of this pass here, and it's got... a big spot at the end, and I'll go over it with slurry, and I'll show you it doesn't apply it, because what happens is this was the edge of the field, this was the road, so I plowed in the road and it makes the field. Now next year, after we've gone through and got everything to 100%, it'll then start working. But as you can see, coming up to it here, that big spot will not take slurry because it's saying it's 100%. See? And one more pass here. It's weird too to me that, when I'm doing a lot of stuff off the videos, and you get down and you start playing again to record, and you get your little timer going. You're looking at your 15 minutes, and we're coming up on 10 already, and it goes very, very quickly. You realize I didn't get a lot done. So for me, and I started plowing this field yesterday in game at about noon, about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and here it is 11 o'clock the next day, and I've gone 26 acres. Remember, the field's 56. So it's going to be imperative for me to get as much done off camera as I can, so that we can continue to only keep 2 videos per day. Now, what I may do is go a little bit even bigger equipment. I don't want to get another slurry tank, unfortunately, because they're not set up to use the variable spray mod. This one is. So I can adjust the spray on it. The other ones, you can adjust the spray, but it's like 30,000 doubled or whatever, and it just sucks the slurry right out, and I'm not set up for that yet. But as far as equipment, remember, I only have 12-meter equipment. What I may do is just up that bigger, because, I mean, a 50-acre field is good size. I want to try to get my field, well, yeah, we're going to go bigger equipment, I think. But, that way I can keep going. Or I might just keep with the 12 and keep going 2 videos per day. Either way, I'm happy. I'm happy we're on episode 8. I'm happy that we're moving along with the series and getting some stuff done. But I just don't want to bore people to where they stop watching it. Because that's the biggest thing, is when I'm watching YouTube videos, if they're doing the same thing too much or too long, if they don't move on and do other things, or the video's too long, I find myself just clicking off the video. And I don't want you guys to do that. I want to learn from, what I've experienced on YouTube. As you can see, we're down to 1820, 1819 of slurry left, and we've been, like I said, well, actually, the first video is episode 6 is when we first started, and that was in-game yesterday morning at 6 o'clock. So 6, 12, about 15, 16 hours of nonstop slurring. It's going to use it. I mean, normally we'd have been gone in about an hour in real life, but, So, working on some music, working on some intros, working on some, I want a logo that I can put up in that regards. I've got a few ideas for what I want to do. I probably will not keep it 100% farming, because I am going to do other games. I'm extremely frustrated right now with American Truck Simulator, because Farm Sim, I finally got the Streamlabs set up to where it'll record in 1440p and it'll record in good quality. And it's just, and Truck Sim is so delicate with their settings you got to go through, and I don't want to have to keep setting it up every single time. I don't want to have to go to this game, set it up, go to this game, set it up. All right, gonna get this last pass done here, and then we'll be done for the day for you guys, and then we'll come back and I'll work a little bit off camera, and then I'll try to finish up tomorrow night. I'll try to finish up the in-game today, so you guys can wrap it up. I try to do that every other day. So, like I said earlier, I'm trying to keep it to 2 videos per day, and keep them right around 15, 16 minutes long at the max, so that we can not bore you as much. So, anyways, make sure you guys just, go. Don't be afraid. Like I stated in the very beginning of this video, don't be afraid to go to other people's videos. Try not to be so, as we all do in life. So, like for example, I like this guy, and that's it. And I'm going to stick with him and be loyal. And that's great. Be loyal all you want, but don't be afraid to look around and spread around and check out other channels and watch them all, because that's what YouTube's about. YouTube's about experiencing everything. And if I can help anybody just learn something about how farming works, or learn something about how modding works, or computers work, or anything else, that's all I need in life, period. All right, gonna wrap this up here. Get this. I just want to do this one, so that way when I start the next video, I can just drive straight. Switch this. Haha, I beat you because I hit the wrong button. Anyways, let me jump out, grab my controller. Look at this slurry. This tank is getting a mess. The dirt textures on this are fantastic. Look at it. It's even collecting in the little trough. That's pretty awesome. Jump up on the hood as I always do. And as always, the parting gifts, you know, look out for yourselves, look out for each other. I try to mix that part up a little bit. I try to mix them both up. But I always will end with look out for your families. Because that to me is, like I said, I always say it, and I always will. It's most important to me. Family, family, family. And as always, catch everybody on the flip side.